because I had a dress on.
Huh.
They couldn't see my wiener.
Race car spelled backwards is still race car. Welcome to the Race Car Spelled Backwards podcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is Jamie, and this is Race Car Spelled Backwards. Jamie, how the heck are you doing, my friend?
Brad, today I'm changing my name
Changing your name.
to Jaime.
Jaime.
That's how you pronounce it in Mexican.
Spanish?
Yeah, that one.
Jaime.
Jaime.
How would you pronounce Brad?
Brad.
Brad? Rad?
Brad.
You just leave the R.
The B is an H in Spanish.
The B's silent.
Yeah, so it's rad.
Or just
That's
call me.
actually pretty cool.
Just call me
Rad.
Jorge.
I'm rad.
Jorge.
I'm rad, dude.
They probably can't pronounce the D right, so it'd probably be Ra.
D is G.
El Rog.
Grad. Hey, grad.
Rad would be rag.
Or would they just say
I don't want to be rag.
be rad?
Barad.
Be rad. That's what a French person would call you. Be rad.
Be rad.
Yeah.
Sounds like a surfer name.
I don't think that's even French. Be rad.
So, to kick off this episode, we've drank our energy drinks. I went with the Celsius Live Fit Sparkling Mango Passion Fruit.
Is that Bing-a-dinger drives that?
It's either
Bing-a-dinger?
Almond Dinger or LaJoy.
Those are both French names, aren't they?
Almond Dinger and LaJoy?
Yeah.
You think LaJoy's French? Almost sound. Yeah, I guess it's some kind of.
Or the J would be an H. La Joy.
I thought Almond Dinger.
La Joy and Almond Dinger.
Isn't Almond Dinger Australian? No, that was Ambrose.
Sounds like somebody that taps an almond with their wiener.
With their dinger.
Almond dinger.
Get your dinger out of that
Get
almond.
that. You want some almond milk? That's what
almond dinger.
That's what he said to his wife when he picked her up at the
That's pretty
bar.
good.
You want
Was yours-
almond
was
dinger?
yours good?
Yeah, but I noticed something. You know when they fake drink?
Yeah.
After they get out of their cars for the post-race interview?
Yeah.
The tab's on the wrong side, but they always make sure you can see the label. So those are empty. They're not really drinking.
I always thought they had like water bottles. And it was just water in there.
To Max.
He won again.
He's an almond beater.
He's an almond beater. I don't know if we call him an almond beater.
If he raced Almond Dinger, he would beat him. Wouldn't that make him an almond beater?
Almond beater. I got my paper wet, man.
Well, maybe you should pee in the toilet, not on the table.
I got my paper. I peed on the
Got
table.
my paper wet.
Got your papers wet by peeing on the table.
Sometimes Mama said if you pee on the table, you might get your paper wet.
Hey, so we got these squirrels, right, that we feed.
Okay.
I have a deer feeder.
Do they hide their nuts?
I have a deer feeder and I fill it with corn, and it goes off twice a day. I do have deer that come by and eat the corn, but mostly it's Larry the squirrel. He's this fat squirrel, and he's lazy. And honestly, if I didn't provide for Larry, I think
Is
he
it
would
Blake
die.
the squirrel or Larry the
Larry.
squirrel?
It's Larry the squirrel.
Where's Blake?
I think Blake died. I think he got picked off by a hawk. I have hawks too.
Darwinism.
But
Darwinism.
I've come to realize something. My squirrels are Republicans. They're self-sufficient, man. They took the corn, buried it in my wife's flower bed on the front of the house, and now it's growing corn.
No, you're actually talking about old school Republicans. New school Republicans
Yeah, new school. Okay,
worship Trump.
He's old school Republican then.
He's conservative. They're conservative.
Let's just call them. They're American.
Conservative Americans.
Conservative American squirrels. Because they took the corn that I provided them, planted it in the flower bed, and now we're growing stalks of corn in the front of my house.
It sounds like they're
For the-
financially responsible, those squirrels.
It depends on how much corn they're putting back. Are they putting it back for the future? Or are they just...
It's their 401k.
Larry is for sure not putting any corn back. Larry, look, the other day, a hawk landed right on the deer feeder, which is like 5 feet above Larry, sitting on his fat squirrel butt, eating corn. He's just down there eating all this corn. The hawk looks down at Larry, and he's
What
like,
a dumbass squirrel.
he's like, Larry, you're so fat and lazy, I can't even eat you, dude.
Couldn't carry him off.
Couldn't
huh?
carry him off.
Damn.
So Larry's got it figured out. He's the only squirrel who can eat in front of the hawk without the hawk eating him.
Dang.
I mean, I'm proud to say I have self-sufficient squirrels. Like, how many other people feed animals? The animals take the food you're feeding them, plant it, and grow more food.
And
I
he
mean,
he didn't eat all his nuts. He planted some nuts.
look, when I started feeding these squirrels, I was paying $7 and some change for a 50-pound bag of corn, right?
They're
now-
helping you out, dude.
Now it's $16.50 a bag.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's doubled. We're at the double
You
point
need
now.
to get your deer to get a job, dude.
Well, I've been trying to run the deer off and just feed Larry, but I had a squirrel
Sounds
feeder.
like welfare to me.
Well, the deer were Democrats
Oh,
because once I got rid of the food, they quit coming around. They didn't take the corn and plant it to grow their own corn.
I'm going to argue that the Democrats aren't even Democrats anymore. They're socialist.
Satanist.
Well, that too, but we knew that.
You don't have squirrels?
It's not really.
I guess we can turn this off.
Yes, my dog Ripken loves our squirrels. He loves chasing them. He never catches them.
I mean, like, we have like 15 squirrels that eat at our deer feeder. We'll watch them, man. They're funny. They're funny little animals to watch. I'm pro squirrel.
How'd you like that NASCAR race this weekend?
That was phenomenal. It's raining.
Yeah, and I'm also wearing long sleeves in June, so it's great being in the air conditioning business this month.
Really, the weather's been great for business. I mean, without this non-hot weather we've had in the Southeast, we wouldn't be as slow as we are.
Yeah.
I mean, we could end up being busy. You never know.
I looked at the 10-day forecast. It's not going to be in the next 10 days.
Well, all through the month of May, we're like, if we can just get to June, it's going to get busy. Now, all through the month of June, we're like, if we can just get to July, it's going to get warm one day, right?
By mid-July, you're going to say, oh, my God.
Yeah, so we had no NASCAR racing. So Father's Day without NASCAR is kind of like Christmas without Santa Claus.
We had plenty of racing, though. Just not NASCAR.
Well, I had tons of racing to watch. I watched FloRacing all weekend.
Apparently, IndyCar and F1,
They don't have fathers,
no,
so they just let them race.
they're
on Sunday.
fatherless. But, they're different there in Europe.
Indy's not European.
It looks just like the European cars.
Yeah.
They have glass on their halo.
Who does?
IndyCar.
F1?
Where F1 has no glass.
The front window has no shield?
There's no window.
Really?
It's just that center bar. But, you can look like that, and you can look around. Look, you don't even see the bar. See that?
Do they put their...
Put your finger on your nose and look. For those that are listening on the podcast, you can see around your finger like you are an F1 driver, like you're Max.
I feel like Max right now.
You think Max ever sees any cars in front of him? Only the lappers.
Only on pit lane.
Only the lappers.
Only on pit lane. Yeah. I hate that we don't have a NASCAR race on Father's Day. I mean, we race on Mother's Day. So mothers that want to spend time
We
with
used
their
to not
kids
race
don't
on.
get to.
We used to not race on Mother's Day.
I know. And we always raced on Father's Day. Now we don't race on Father's Day, but we race on Mother's Day.
Why don't we do a cup race on Saturday night so they can go home and be fathers to their children?
They can be fathers at the racetrack. Their kids are there with them anyway.
What if you don't have any children? You're a NASCAR driver. Shouldn't you just race?
Maybe we should have the Fatherless Series on
Yes.
Father's Day. I mean, Alex Bowman, William Byron.
Why just pick on the fatherless fathers? What about the motherless mothers? I mean, no, hold it. That's
The motherless
that's,
mothers
That's wrong.
and the fatherless fathers.
The barren couple racing. We could get the wife and the husband that have no children race against each other.
Make them race each other.
Who in NASCAR has no children?
Be like the better half dash.
Who has no children that's a driver?
I mean, there's a bunch of them. You got Martin Truex, Chris Buescher, Chase Elliott, AJ Allmendinger, Michael McDowell, Christopher Bell, Ross Chastain, Ricky Stenhouse, Ryan Preece, William Byron, Alex Bowman, Bubba Wallace, Ty Gibbs, Corey LaJoie, Justin Haley.
Corey's got some children.
Corey does?
I think he's got like 2.
Oh, yeah, he does. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. My bad. I'm sorry, Corey. Sorry.
So let's have
I'm
a
just reading the list.
non-points race where the dads can be excused.
No. I think the
We'll
dads
give some of these guys a chance to win.
the dads should be at the track racing on Father's Day because their fans that are fathers want to watch racing on Father's Day.
I would go with a Saturday night race then.
I would too. I'm good with it.
In Charlotte.
Yeah.
So they can go home.
Yeah, we'll run the Coke 800.
The Cocaine 800.
Cocaine. It's the Cocaine 800. It's a 400-mile lap,
Snort a
400-mile
line.
race.
You got a pit stop and snort a line.
There's this song by Liam St. John called "Little White Lies."
Is that about cocaine?
It is.
Really?
Yeah, you have to check it out.
I know the song.
Liam St. John. He's a fairly new guy. He's come on the scene. He sounds like Johnny Cash, but he's got this song called "Little White Lies." You want to check
I
it
know
out?
country stars did the cocaine.
Oh yeah,
Well, that was a rock and roll thing.
The Outlaws did the cocaine. I think they all did cocaine back in the day. I think it was kind of like a requirement to stay awake so you could perform.
See, I wasn't old enough for the cocaine days. I saw it on TV when I was a kid, and I was infatuated with Miami Vice, and the cocaine. But it wasn't a thing when I got older.
Well, it's not a thing now either. Apparently, it's just fentanyl you get now.
You die.
You die. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to mess around with the cocaine no more because it
ain't cocaine.
It could be fentanyl. It's just baby powder with fentanyl in it, probably. That's probably all it really is nowadays. So
baby powder might be too expensive. You might want to go with baking soda.
So since we had no race, we're just going to talk about stupid stuff the whole episode, which is,
well, we'll talk about the other racing.
It's kind of what we usually do anyway. We just talk about stupid stuff. I mean, we're probably not the most two intelligent guys that I've ever met.
Oh, I think between us, we're geniuses if you add it up.
We're half a genius.
Or average.
We're probably smarter than most geniuses, actually.
Common sense. We got road sense.
Yeah, streets. Yeah. Street cred.
From the street.
Straight.
I'm from the streets.
Street. Oh, skeet.
From the streets of the suburbs.
Have you heard where they take that little John song, "Ah, skeet"?
Boy, that sounds sexual.
And they like put it with slow songs like Frank Sinatra.
No.
And they make it sound right. It's kind of funny. This
Never
is water.
seen that.
I'm having water.
It's not vodka?
To go with my cellulite.
I thought it was cellulose, like that.
That's what I said.
Canadian way they measure temperatures.
Canadian mist.
No, that's Celsius.
That's cellulose.
Cellulite?
Cellulite.
I'll sell you light. That's fat, isn't it?
I'll sell you light or I'll sell you whole.
Or cellulite is the non-fat.
I'll sell you light beer.
Or is it cellulite?
You know, Anheuser-Busch, every beer they have has dropped a percentage in sales since their shenanigans.
Hey, how about Garth Brooks's little bar decide not to open because he's a boob?
Yeah, last week we were talking about Garth Brooks, who said that only a-holes are boycotting Bud Light, that he will be serving Bud Light at his bar. No, you won't, Garth, because your investors backed out. Now you have no bar to sell Bud Light.
Doesn't Garth have enough money to just open a Bud Light bar?
I don't know. Garth's an idiot. He's so weird.
What if he just called it the Bud Light bar?
He has some great songs, and then he's like...
I think he's desperate to be relevant.
Remember, yeah, that's his problem. So remember he changed his name to like, whatever, Joshua Tree or something stupid?
Did he?
Yeah, and he grew out his hair, and he did like an emo album or something, and...
Well, no, I don't remember.
I might be making all this up, but it sounds relevant. So then he disappeared, and then he did a tour again, and everybody went, but he was old, and he wasn't as good.
Well, if you want the truth, call Jim France.
Oh, yeah, he's got Brian France, to tell you the truth. That's what I think.
He got little white eyes.
Little white eyes.
He liked the fentanyl.
He's been listening to Liam St. John, that's for sure.
Yeah, but he won't admit it.
So in Massachusetts, I thought this was kind of funny. Law enforcement were having a big event in Massachusetts over the week. Well, I don't know if it's this weekend or last weekend, but it was a voluntary public collection of DNA day, where you can come down and publicly give your DNA to the police officers so they can determine if you've ever been involved in a crime.
Wow, that's...
And just for donating your DNA, they're going to upload it to Family Tree DNA for free. So they said the ACLU put a stop to this. They said this is against your civil liberties. So they put a stop to this, but it made me think about something.
If you're volunteering it, though, who cares? You're an idiot.
The police said that they've already been able to close tons of cold cases using family DNA donated DNA.
Did they at least give them a Best Buy gift card or an Amazon gift card for it?
No, I mean, they'll probably give you like $5.
$5 to $10
to your prison.
In the state pen.
For your prison money. You can use this.
We'll give you a credit at the commissary.
Yeah, that's what it is. You turn in your DNA, you get a commissary credit. Seems like a fair deal. But if you were, my thing is, and I know this would happen, there's guaranteed a criminal out there who'd be like, I'll volunteer my DNA. I done nothing wrong. What do you mean I'm going to jail for murder? Nobody knew I killed
I
her.
need rotator cuff surgery, so I'm going to go to jail.
I mean, criminals are stupid, you know? And you've seen dumb things criminals do online.
Well, you know, I never got caught for my criminal activity.
Well, you weren't stupid. You weren't one of the stupid criminals. You were one of the smart criminals.
I didn't do any criminal activity
You're a smart criminal. Yeah, but anything time you break the law, it makes you a criminal. So wouldn't speeding make you a criminal?
Yeah, but I don't think you leave DNA behind. I mean, you could, I guess.
Depends on what you're doing while you're speeding.
Top down, standing backwards while she's driving.
Why's that DNA keep shooting out the window?
Ah, dang it. That's sticky.
Keep your DNA to yourself, Jamie. Nobody wants your DNA on their windshield. So, as we're talking about stupid criminals, let's talk about these criminals in Canada. So, in Canada, there's some drug smugglers.
I didn't know there was any criminals in Canada. I thought they were all nice.
No, that's where all the criminals live. Mostly terrorists live there because the Canadians love terrorists.
Do they? Why don't they blow stuff up in Canada?
Because
that's where they welcome them at.
Yeah, it wouldn't. The Canadians love the terrorists, so why would they harm them?
You know, there's not too many Canadians out there.
What are they?
There's just not a lot of people there in Canada.
Canada?
They're Canadians.
What did I say they were?
That's what you said. I'm just saying there's not a lot of them.
How many do you think's not a lot?
Toronto's like their biggest city, and it's like half the size.
I thought Quebec was a city.
That's
a province.
No, that's Cuba.
Not Cuba.
Cuba's a part of Canada.
Quebec is part of Canada.
I think Cuba is their Bahama Island. Canada and Cuba starts with.
If the band Beck was playing in Cuba,
was it a band or a person?
Cuba Beck.
Was it a band or a person?
Quebec.
I think that's who. Isn't he
I'm so confused.
Beck is the prime minister of Quebec.
Is he?
I don't know.
I thought they had a prince or like a queen or a
prince
king.
is dead.
Well, you heard Biden over the weekend say, God save the queen.
I don't know what the heck he was saying there.
If you're worried
that he's lost his mind,
don't worry no more because Joe Biden's got you covered. He is going to build a railroad all the way from the Pacific to the Indian Ocean.
Maybe he was saying
you'll be able to go across America now on rail.
I think possibly he may have been coming out. He's the queen.
Maybe he is the queen.
He is a queen.
Maybe when the queen died,
he took over.
He reincarnated himself as the queen.
He got a Ouija board.
Ouija? You ever done a Ouija board?
Back in the day. It didn't work, so I gave up on it.
Yeah, we bought one when I was I think I was in high school or middle school. Maybe we had one and we used it and
did it work?
My buddy's brother was older and he was down in the basement flipping the breaker when we would talk to the Ouija board. And
so you're not sure?
It didn't work because he was making it pretend like it worked, and I knew it wasn't working. So no.
I think you have to believe in the devil.
Yeah, and I don't believe in.
Well, I believe in.
I do believe in the devil. I don't worship the devil, but I believe he's real. He is real. I've been fighting with him all weekend. He's been getting on my nerves. So, drug smugglers in Canada get
Devil's
caught.
a dick, dude.
Devil is a dick. That'd be the name of this episode. The Devil's
a dick.
The devil is a dick. We can agree on that. But these devil dicks in Canada got caught shipping liquid meth to Australia and New Zealand. Australian authorities found 6 tons of liquid meth hidden in canola oil bottles, and they found almost a ton hidden in maple syrup bottles in New Zealand.
Well, that would be some hellacious pancakes.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Man, these pancakes, the maple syrup on these pancakes woke me up a whole lot better than the coffee that I drink right before I eat these pancakes.
Imagine a 90-pound, 6-foot-tall lady with ulcers on her face begging
I'm feeling the energy from that cellulite.
Begging for pancakes?
Are you feeling the energy?
You got any pancakes? Pancakes. I need some pancakes.
You should have had one of them cellulites, man.
I had the Red Bull, dog.
It feels better, though. I feel more energetic. And I'm burning fat because it said on the front of the cellulite bottle, burn fat with cellulite. And I know I'm mispronouncing cellulite.
You ever wonder why?
But I also mispronounce sore ass.
Red Bull pulled out of NASCAR. They owned teams, remember? Why don't they just sponsor a car? It's cheaper.
They pulled out because they didn't want to multiply.
Didn't want to be a father on Father's Day.
We're skipping. Red Bull had the Scott Speed and Brian Vickers, right?
Yeah.
Red Bull Racing. See, it didn't cost enough, is what it was. They weren't spending enough money in NASCAR, so they went to F1.
So they spend $1 billion instead of 20 million per car.
Well, they've won every single race this season, so I think
Well, the investment's paid off.
I think it was a good move, right?
And
you know, Cellulite needs to sponsor a team in NASCAR.
Well, you know, Shane Van Ginsburg, they're in supercars down under.
Is he a painter?
He's a Red Bull driver.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he fast?
Very fast.
Did he win?
He won one. It was a Triple Crown race. They had 3 races.
In one day?
Multiple days, but it was a weekend. In Darwin.
You know how I was thinking, like, what can make NASCAR better? And there's so many things.
Yeah. How about
like pretty much anything?
How about letting the guys at the shop just monk around with the
boys have at it?
Non-munking parts.
Yeah, the non-touchables.
Yeah, touch them.
You
got to buy them from us, but you can touch them.
You can't touch, but now you can touch.
And we're not going to send your DNA to Family Tree DNA
or Massachusetts Police Department.
Or Massachusetts State Patrol.
Did we drive through? We didn't drive through Massachusetts. I've never been to Boston.
I've been there many times.
I want to go. Can I ride in the trunk when y'all go?
I've convinced the family to take the Prius. So,
are you taking the whole family this year?
Seems every time my son moves in to go to college, everybody goes.
Oh, okay.
My bet is this year I'll drive a car, pull a trailer, and the rest of the family will fly up and fly back home.
Oh, well, if you want somebody to ride with you, I'll ride with you.
There'll be room if they do that.
If they do that, let me know. I'll ride with you. That way you have somebody to ride with you.
I might have to use a bigger vehicle than the Prius to tow the trailer.
Use the Element. The Prius will make it, though. The Element won't make it.
The Element won't make it out of the damn driveway.
So here's something I thought was interesting. This lady in Louisiana, her name is Martha Serrano.
Sounds Italian.
Well, she's from Honduras.
Oh.
So she's not Italian.
She's Honduran.
She graduated this year from high school in Louisiana, down there in St. Charles Parish, Louisiana. She graduated from high school. After she graduated from high school, it was discovered
those are lofty goals for someone, an immigrant.
Yeah. Well, just come to find out, she's here illegally. She falsified her documents so she could get into high school. She's actually a 28-year-old woman with kids.
Sounds like a keeper, though. She's ambitious.
Well, her and her mother decided the best way for her to learn English would be to go back to high school. So she enrolled in school. She graduated. That's what kills me, man.
Do they have Honduran high schools?
She graduated from high school in St. Charles Parish, Louisiana, and then they arrested her.
That doesn't seem nice.
And her mom got arrested.
Why not pardon her?
Yeah. I mean, the rest, they probably did let her go if I had to guess. I mean, like, you're here illegally, here you go.
I think we ought to keep her. You know, there are some immigrants that are keepers.
Well, that's a keeper. I wonder if she learned English while she was there.
Yeah, she's probably awesome.
I bet she aced Spanish.
Oh, hell yeah.
She probably taught Spanish. She's the only one in Spanish class fluent.
High school's changed a lot. Do you pick a major now when you go to high school? Like you do in college?
You picked a major in college?
Yeah. My major was history.
I went to college, but I went for a couple of different things. I started with web design. Then I went to graphic design. Then I dropped out.
Sounds like the same thing, actually.
If I would have went graphic design all the way, I wouldn't have had to take all the dang math classes that you had to take for web design, and I would have probably finished art school. Look, I became an artist because counting was not my strong suit.
Counting or accounting?
Both.
Oh.
My wife took all my math classes in college. I don't care. If they want the stupid diploma back, they can have it.
What if Massachusetts sends down a DNA test and forces you to take it, and then find out your wife took math classes for you?
First off, if Massachusetts steps
you can touch this piece of paper now
in Georgia. It's stand your ground. So when they cross into my yard,
All they have to do is get your trash after you dumped it. Look, right
I
there.
burn my trash.
They know everything I did since I was born just from that fingerprint now.
No, I burn
Not
my
the
trash.
fingerprint itself,
I don't have fingerprints. I burned them off.
but from the DNA my finger left behind.
Do you know my left hand? My fingerprints on my left hand are almost unreadable. I was going to use a big word there, but I can't pronounce it, so I had to leave it alone. I play guitar. So when I was younger, my dad had told me this story about putting turpentine on your fingers to toughen them up. So when you play guitar, you build calluses. So I have really calloused fingertips from
Was that
playing
an Eddie
guitar.
Van Halen thing?
I don't know. So I did it. And it burned. Let me just tell you, you put turpentine on your fingers, it burns. It burns so bad. I say it like Trump. It burns so bad, so good bad. You would have to be a super duper idiot to put turpentine on your fingers. But I was a super duper idiot, and I put turpentine on my fingers, burnt my fingers, and now my fingerprints are all jacked up from it.
Do you like that scam Trump did? He went to that restaurant in Florida, said, "Food for all," and then he left and didn't pay.
Did he really?
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
That is amazing.
You
Would he go to a Democrat bar?
I don't know. You
So-
know what? I really don't pay a lot of attention to the news because
It's kind of pointless.
even if I watch Fox, they're leaning too far one direction. If I watch ABC, NBC,
but-
CBS,
so-
they're leaning in another direction.
I don't think Fox is a right leaning conservative news channel. Fox Corporation makes all their employees like take all these transgender classes and stuff and support all these groups that they don't agree with.
Can't you be a transgender conservative though?
I want to meet you if you are. We'll have you on the show. We'll have you in the studio. Sit right here in between us.
I want a transgender NASCAR fan.
I want a transgender NASCAR driver. Wouldn't that be an F1 driver though?
You know, I saw.
Isn't a transgender NASCAR driver just a truck driver filling in a NASCAR role?
Probably.
So you
I saw
did you?
Fast and Furious 10.
How was it?
So Jason Momoa played a transgender bad guy.
No.
I'm not telling you to don't spend any money on it. I'm ashamed that we spent money on it.
I told you I wasn't watching it.
I ain't watching it anymore until they're free on TV.
Really?
It was that bad, and I'm a gigantic fan.
So
Vin Diesel done screwed up the franchise.
So they Hollywooded it up.
It is just stupid.
We're good. That saves me from watching. So if you plan on watching the Fast and the Furious 10,
wait until it comes out on
Jamie has saved you
HBO
a
and you
trip, and
don't
you don't have
pay
to
any
watch
money. Don't pay any money for it. Don't. It's stupid.
in Amsterdam at the Rembrandt House Museum, they've taken a room,
I've been to Amsterdam.
and in this room, they've turned it into a tattoo parlor. And for the next couple weeks, they have tattoo artist residents from all over Amsterdam filling in for a week at a time, and they're doing Rembrandt sketches as tattoos, anywhere from $50 to $300. You can get one of these Rembrandt sketches.
That's pretty cool.
tattooed on you. I think it's phenomenal. Like, if it wouldn't cost so much, we could fly to Amsterdam for the day, get tattooed, and fly back.
It might not cost that much. Have you looked it up?
No, we should.
It's probably cheap with Russia threatening to blow us up with
$300 for a tattoo is cheap anyway.
Oh no, but wasn't it $25 to $300?
It was 57 to or $54 to $300.
How tiny is your $54 tattoo?
I don't know because I got this one on my wrist right here. If you can see it, it's Harry Potter's glasses with the lightning bolt.
What did that cost?
$100. I got two of them.
So that would have been a monocle.
You buy one, you get one. You buy one for $100, you get the second for $100.
That would be a monocle, one eyeglass thing.
No, there's two
No, $50 would be half of that.
with half a lightning bolt.
Mm-hmm.
So you just be like a plug,
Yeah,
an outlet, like
you know,
a 12 volt.
it's like Teddy Roosevelt. Doesn't he have one thing going?
Yeah, it's just because he lost the other side of his
Armor
glasses.
free. He lost them in the Spanish-American War.
I think it'd be cool. I'd get a Rembrandt tattoo. I mean, honestly, I'm not really picky on tattoos anymore. As many as I have, it's kind of whatever now. So IndyCar, they had a race over the weekend, but Indy had a commercial on that I saw, And it really made me wonder why NASCAR don't hire their concert booking guy. So the Indy race in Iowa. I mean, we're talking about Iowa, cornfields, Iowa. The Indy race there is going to have 2 nights of concerts. You're going to have Kenny Chesney and Carrie Underwood one night, and then you're going to have Zach Brown Band and Ed Sheeran the next night.
So in
You buy one Indy ticket, you get 2 huge Kenny Chesney.
That's a few $100s worth of tickets, isn't it?
Well,
if you had to buy them individually.
Ed Sheeran by itself's a couple $100. So you're getting 5. And what I would consider big name acts. Carrie Underwood, Kenny Chesney, Zach Brown Band, Ed Sheeran. Those are big name acts. You're getting all 4 of those acts. And it's a doubleheader weekend too in Iowa, I believe. So there's 2 Indy races. How could you go wrong there? But in NASCAR, we pick our concert acts by the bands who you've either A, never heard of because they've never released an album mainstream, or B, they should have died 20 years ago. I mean, we had Leonard Skinner get wheeled out on stage in Charlotte in wheelchairs. And this year they had the Doobie Brothers, and I think one of them had an IV the whole time so he didn't die.
Wow, let's get Elvis to open up for a NASCAR race.
I was thinking
an Elvis impersonator.
Frank Sinatra impersonator opens up for Mozart impersonator with Elvis after the race.
Sure, why not?
I mean, that's how NASCAR does it, guys. NASCAR's cheap.
Yeah, but you know
that's not. Look, maybe it's not NASCAR. Maybe it's the track promoter.
I think it's the France family.
Maybe it is the track promoter. Maybe we should ask Marcus. Like, Marcus, how old are you, dude? Like, you're not 983 years old.
I think he's like 48, 49, 50 years old.
But he's picking bands that
they're
his
cheap.
dad would have listened to.
They're cheap, though. Don't you think? What do you think? What do you
I
think?
think we could afford to get the Doobie Brothers to play at our podcast studio.
For probably $5,000.
No, it's cheaper than that.
1,500.
500. Doobie Brothers.
I don't even know what song they have.
They have that one song.
Well, I got one song too.
Doobie doobie doo.
Doobie doobie doo.
Yeah.
Scooby. It's the Scooby Doo song.
It's annoying, man. Like, why do we have to be? Why can't NASCAR have relevant music? Like, why can't it be an event that attracts? NASCAR talks all the time. We want to attract younger people. We want to attract a crowd that's not here. The Doobie Brothers and Leonard Skinner are probably not going to do it and FloRacing. No.
Wasn't FloRacing big like 20 years ago?
I don't think FloRacing was ever big.
I thought it was.
I think he had like one rap.
He had a song, I remember.
A song, okay. A lot of people have had a song.
I mean, actually, I don't remember, but I remember he had a song I liked.
Whitesnake had a song.
Yeah, I liked one of their songs too, but I can't remember its name either.
Cinderella had a song. All those bands in the 80s had a. I mean, we could get. This is what I think.
Maybe we could get Cinderella. They're probably $50.
Daytona 500, 2024, headline act, Golden Earring, or Y&T.
Y&T. I forgot about them.
They would.
They had a hit song.
We could probably afford them. Mr. Big.
Was that the name of the song?
I thought it was the name of the band, didn't it? Mr. Big from the 80s.
I don't remember Mr. Big either.
No, Mr. Big's from Sex and the City. My bad.
Did he have a big...
That's why they called him Mr. Big.
Oh, really?
What else would they call it?
I thought he had a big wallet.
He had big socks.
Oh.
And wore big shoes. So we had.
So you're speaking of Indy. You know Alex Palou won?
Did he?
Driving a Honda.
So I watched the race. Colton Herta pretty much led the whole flipping race.
He started flipping out at the end, though.
Yeah, the last 6 laps were led by Alex Palou, and he won.
And Joseph Newgarden came in second.
That's a great race, man. Indy.
Pato O'Ward.
Isn't
he Mexican with an Irish name?
Pato O'Ward?
Yeah, isn't he Mexican?
He's not a Mexican.
You sure he's not Mexican?
I'm not sure exactly what he is.
I think he's from the same town as Suarez in NASCAR.
Suarez?
Uh-huh.
Maybe. Where's he? He's from Mexico City, isn't he?
Yeah, did you see where Fernando?
Why can't we have an American city? We have Mexico City. Why is there not America City?
We named it after George Washington. Washington, D.C.
Well, they should name it George Washington, D.C.
Well, George Washington University's in D.C.
It's a liberal college now.
Is it?
Yeah, sad.
Are you sure?
No, but I'm pretty sure because it's a college. Had to be, right?
I don't know.
All colleges are liberal. All right. So what else we got?
I didn't pay attention in college, Brad.
What other racing did you watch this weekend?
Well, I
Mr.
watched
Jamie?
Indy. I watched the Canadian Grand Prix, and I watched Super V8s, the Triple Crown at Darwin.
Nice.
Yeah.
So who won?
Well, the first race would have been Mark Winterbottom.
I like that.
He has a cold ass, dude.
Winterbottom.
Then Brock Feeney.
Brock Feeney.
And Will Davis came in third. Now, I want you to look at something here. Chevy Camaro, right?
Yep.
Ford Mustang. So,
correct.
I only do top 3 in all 3 races.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. Brock Feeney, again.
Yep.
First. Not just a podium. Shane Van Gisselberg. Look, Camaro.
Yep.
Andre Gartner. He came in third. He podium. Camaro.
Yep.
Race 3. Jacques Lebrock. Camaro.
That's how you probably say it. Jacques Lebrock.
Then we got Andre. Andre again.
Andre
Hemigartner. He was still in a Camaro.
Still in the Camaro. He didn't get rid of it.
Then we got Brock Feeney again. Podium in third place. Chevy Camaro.
I think it's a Brock Feeney and Andre Hemigartner.
Do you see a pattern that also exists in NASCAR? Out of 9 podiums, we have 1 Mustang.
Mustang Sally.
Kind of like what we got going on in NASCAR.
Yeah, kind of.
What's wrong with Mustangs?
Fords, man. Found on road dead.
Oh, it's fix it, repair daily.
It is.
That's Honda Elements.
Only yours. It's only when you get taken over.
POS.
It's only when somebody sells you a piece of crap and you think you're buying something not piece of crappish. So I watched a lot of racing this weekend, as I usually do on FloRacing. I like dirt racing. It's probably my favorite, to be honest with you. At Port Royal Speedway on Saturday night, Steve Buckwalter.
Is that Port Royal, Virginia?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't think so.
Huh.
Steve Buckwalter took the lead from Jared McIntyre Jr. with 7 laps to go, and he was able to hold on to win the 410 wing sprint car race at Port Royal. Did you watch the Cars Tour race at Dominion Speedway?
I did. I watched it. It was on, I think it was on Peacock. I saw it on something.
Great race, man. Great race. You had Brendan McQueen and Carson Quaffle put on a heck of a show.
How is it they can single lane race and it's more interesting than NASCAR single lane racing? Because they occasionally had a pass.
So if you watch the Cars Tour race, you had Brendan Queen and Carson Quaffle were racing hard, and Bobby McCartney out of nowhere, with like 2 laps to go, throws it on the inside, sending them 3 wide. Carson Quaffle had to let out of the gas so he didn't hit the wall, and Bobby McCartney was able to hold on. I mean, he won by millimeters. I didn't really know who had the win of the race until they said it on TV.
How thick do you think that millimeter was? As wide as cigarette paper? I heard them say that on Super V8s.
As wide as cigarette paper?
They are so close. They're as close as the width of a cigarette paper.
Is that a rolling paper?
I think so.
Is it 1.25s or 1.5s? Because that makes all the difference.
I don't know. They didn't specify.
He could be 1.25 away.
I saw them drinking canola oil, though, when they were calling the race, so I think they were methed out.
Is that why they talk so fast?
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, my goodness. Look at that. You know that Australian...
That'd be better than cellulite, I bet.
You know that Australian accent, when they get excited, sounds very southern.
How's that?
They are from down under. That's further south than we are.
A bunch of rednecks over there.
Down under.
At Smoky Mountain Speedway, Ricky Thornton Jr. took the lead with 34 laps to go and never looked back in the Lucas Oil Dirt late model stock car race.
Oldest son of Billy Bob Thornton?
Well, Billy Bob don't claim him, but his mama Cherie. That's what
Billy Bob sponsor him?
No.
He wasn't driving a swing blade car?
No, and actually his mama's last name's not even Thornton.
It's because there was a little.
Well, they just made Ricky Thornton Jr. He's the first.
Sounds like some action going down at the family reunion, doesn't it?
Well, when you're from the backwoods, like Ricky Thornton probably is. I have no idea where Ricky Thornton Jr. is from. He's actually a hell of a race car
Probably
driver.
from New York City.
So you had Ohio Speed Weeks this week with the Sprint Car Series. The Tezos All-Star Circuit of Champions. So Friday night they raced at Eldora Speedway where Sam Hafner Jr. held off Buddy Kofoy to get his first win at Eldora in a 410 wing
That
sprint.
sounds like some very Quebec City names there.
It does, don't it? Well, they're in Ohio. They're not far from
A
Canada.
lot of French people there in Canada
Yeah, I think
and Ohio.
it comes down on the river there, on the lake. One of them big Great Lakes they got.
They got a bunch of them up there.
Yeah, I think there's something gets in that water from the Canada.
It's called acid rain.
Yeah.
From Ford plant.
Saturday night at Portsmouth in Ohio for the final race.
Did you say Porsche Mountain?
Portsmouth or Portsmouth?
Portsmouth.
Portsmouth. It's on your page. Can't you read?
Yeah, it's
I
called.
can't read either.
Called Portsmouth.
But how's it spelled?
Like a mouth.
And it's called what?
Portsmouth.
Smith?
Myth.
It's
Portsmouth.
Whatever. How we pronounce it down here in the South is Portsmouth.
Portsmouth is in the South.
It's in Ohio.
Really?
Yes.
I thought it was Portsmouth.
It's in
Virginia.
Ohio Speed Weeks.
Well, you might be right then, because I don't know anything about Ohio.
So you've screwed me all up.
Huh.
Brent Marks held off a hard-charging Rico Abreu through a couple late-rate cautions to win the Tezo All-Star Circuit of Champions
What is
race.
a Tezos?
I
A
don't know.
quesadilla?
That's what I think.
Huh.
I doubt it, but I'm going to go with that.
Sounds like quesadilla.
Sunshine won a championship, Ohio Speed Weeks championship. Tyler Courtney. Did you watch the season finale of Dirt, episode 5?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, man, I watched it last night.
I'm gonna watch 4
That's my
tonight.
Father's Day gift was to get to watch Dirt. Did you have a good Father's Day?
Watch Dirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched Dirt too on Father's Day.
I watched Dirt.
Stared at the dirt.
Did you have a good Father's Day?
Yeah, I changed out a part on the Element, and then the code still came up.
Yeah, so.
I'm a parts changer. It
Parts
seems
changer.
like. I
So-
can't work on Asian cars. I can work on Germans. I think my code reader though is made specifically for my
German?
Porsches, and
For Dr. Porsche.
I'm starting to doubt whether the code it gave me is correct.
All right, so we're going to go through the 16 playoff drivers and give them a score of A, B, C, D, or F, just like we got in elementary school. Actually, I just got D's and F's, but. All right, so don't forget, sometimes crap, it does happen, and sometimes you need a plumber to fix it. In that case, we would call Danny Carden Plumbing, the official plumber of the Race Car Spelled Backwards podcast. The guys you call when crap happens.
D and F.
D and F.
Did not finish.
I did finish high school, though. All right, so we're going to do the 16 playoff drivers, top 16 of drivers who are currently in the playoffs, so this can change. We're going to start with William Byron in the 2014. He's had 3 wins, 7 top 5s, 9 top 10s, and 7 stage wins and 2 DNFs. Jamie, A, B, C, D, or F?
A.
A, I'm agreeing. A all the way for William Byron, so that's A times 2. Martin Truex Jr. has had 2 wins, 5 top 5s, 8 top 10s, 1 stage win, and 1 DNF. What do you give him, A, B, C, or D?
B. I
Dang
think
it.
if he had a better pit crew, he would have won more races.
We agree on that one, too. I think Martin Truex, he's not a dominating car unless he wins. If he wins in dominating fashion. You don't
A
just
lot
luck
of
into
times,
it.
if he loses, it's the pit crew's fault too.
Kyle Busch, 3 wins, 5 top 5s, 9 top 10s, 2 stage wins, and 3 DNFs.
I'm gonna give him an A.
An A?
Yeah.
I'm a B.
Why? Because it was DNFs.
Yeah, 3 DNFs and only 2 stage wins. William Byron got an A from me, and he had 7 stage wins.
3 wins, a lot of wins though.
I agree, but I still give him a B. And we're not doing pluses or minuses. So Jamie's an A, I'm a B. Ryan Blaney, 1 win, 4 top 5s, 9 top 10s, 2 stage wins, and 0 DNFs.
I'm really shocked at that. As many wrecks
I am
as he's
too.
been in, 0 DNFs.
Yeah, see, I was gonna
That
give
speaks for a great pit crew.
I'm gonna give him a B.
I'm gonna give him a B too, but I thought he had more. I thought he had a few DNFs. I guess he's just a back marker when he wrecks.
Yeah.
Huh?
He doesn't not finish. I mean, I was gonna give him a C, but with 0 DNFs.
That's pretty dang good.
Here's one that's gonna be a fun one to grade. Kyle Larson. 2 wins, 6 top 5s, 7 top 10s, 2 stage wins, and 5 DNFs.
C. I expect more out of him.
Yeah.
He needs to stop wrecking.
I'm gonna have to, 5 DNFs. I mean, that's not necessarily always his fault, but I'm gonna have to go with a C as well. 2 wins and he's still getting a C at the mid-season grade. Ross Chastain, 0 wins, 5 top 5s, 7 top 10s, 5 stage wins, and 1 DNF.
C.
C as well. He has 5 stage wins and 0 victories.
As much as he's talked about, you'd think he'd have more going for him.
I'm going to give him a D.
D.
Whoa. D. Because you shouldn't have 5 stage wins and 0 wins.
Well, when you keep wrecking people, there's no way you can wreck someone and not damage your car.
In the top 16 right now, he has the second most stage wins of any other driver next to William Byron, and he has 0 victories.
He's a poor feller.
That's a D.
Maybe he needs to lay off the watermelon because there's a lot of water in there.
He ain't done anything good lately, so
I think
he lost this weekend too, and
he's got all that water weight while he's driving around. And he's sweating and he's leaving puddles in his seat, and it makes him slip and slide and crash into other cars.
Cousin Denny, Mr. Denny Hamlin, that is, has 1 win, 4 top 5s, 6 top 10s, 3 stage wins, and 2 DNFs. What are you giving him?
I'm giving him a C too. I expect more out of him, like I expect more out of Kyle Larson.
I will also go with a C. I'm good with that. Joey Logano, 1 win, 5 top 5s, 8 top 10s, 2 stage wins, and 3 DNFs. What are you giving?
C.
C for you, F for me.
Just because you hate him?
Yep. That's all.
Okay.
Christopher Bell, 1 win, 5 top 5s, 9 top 10s, 0 stage wins, and 3 DNFs. That 0 stage wins threw me off. I'm going to go with a C. What are you giving?
I'm giving him a B.
For Bell?
Yep.
Tyler Reddick has 1 win, 5 top 5s, 7 top 10s, 2 stage wins, and 3 DNFs. Is this his rookie season? No. It's his rookie season.
His first season with 23-11. He's got 1 win. Those DNFs are troubling because he's got the same amount of DNFs as his replacement driver, Kyle Busch.
Correct.
But he doesn't have as many wins, and I expect more out of him. D.
D?
Give him a D.
I'm going to go with a C. Kevin, the closer, hasn't closed anything this year. Harvick.
He ain't closing much.
0 wins, 4 top 5s, 7 top 10s, 1 stage win, and 1 DNF. That's 7 top 10s out of 16 races. A, B, C, or D?
D.
D. I'm going to give him a C.
For what? What has he done?
I just felt bad for the D you gave him. But, I mean, he earned a D, but I'm grading on a curve, so I'll go with a D.
Why is he keeping his mouth shut his last season? This time he can open up.
That's kind of why I'm going with a D. I was going to go with a C, really, but because he's not saying what he needs to, D. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 1 win, 2 top 5s, 5 top 10s, 0 stage wins, and 1 DNF.
I think Ricky's performing better than his car. I'm going to give Ricky a B.
B. Wow.
A B.
I give him a C. It's a high C, but
I'm not a big fan of Ricky, but I think he's proven that he's a driver.
Yeah, he is. Brad Keselowski, 0 wins, 3 top 5s, 6 top 10s, 1 stage win, and 2 DNFs.
D.
D.
Yep. I expect more out of him.
I give him a C just because I think he's improved over last year.
Barely.
Well, that's an improvement. Barely still an improvement. His teammate and his driver, Chris Buescher, 0 wins, 3 top 5s, 7 top 10s, 1 stage win, and 1 DNF. He has 1 less DNF than Brad Keselowski and 1 more top 10. What are
They're
you giving
about
him?
the same driver, aren't they?
I'm going to go with a C again. How about
I'm
you?
going D.
That's 2 DCs. That's
I
like a
think
shoe
they need
company.
a new driver.
It's like a shoe company. Bubba Wallace gets an A, regardless of what his stats are, because we don't want to be canceled. Alex, I'm just kidding.
I'm giving him a D.
Bubba Wallace, 0 wins, 4 top 5s, 5 top 10s, 0 stage wins, and 5 DNFs. I'm going with a D. And you are a D as well, Jamie?
Yeah, I'm going to make a prediction here. If he doesn't win this year, he's gone.
I think he's got 1 more year in him.
Michael Jordan hates losing.
He does, but I think Michael Jordan will give him 1 more year.
You think?
I think he has 1 more year on his contract, so that's why I think.
I think Michael Jordan, he just got $3 billion for his basketball team.
He could probably
Just
afford
pay him to stay at home.
Probably. Maybe Michael should drive the car.
Well, he might do better.
And 16th, which considering he was out injured, I'm kind of surprised. 0 wins. Alex Bowman, by the way. Alex Bowman has 0 wins, 3 top 5s, 6 top 10s, 0 stage wins, and 0 DNFs. Because he's missed some races, I'm just going to give him a C.
I'm giving him a D, and I don't think he'll have a job next year either.
Really?
Yep.
I think he gets a win this year still.
I say no.
So overall, Jamie, what do you think? What do you give the season so far, midway through?
D. Not liking this season.
I'm not either, man.
I've liked a couple of races. Not many.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm hoping the second half with NBC is better.
Well, I'm thinking that we're trying to be something we're not in NASCAR.
Yeah, why do we keep trying to do what F1, Indy, supercars, everybody else is doing?
We do need better entertainment pre-race.
Why don't we just go
Let's
back
copy
to
that.
being NASCAR? Why don't we just race the car, race on ovals, race on short tracks, run 1 or 2 road courses a year, Watkins Glen and Sonoma. I hate Sonoma, though. I really don't enjoy Sonoma. That was probably the worst race I've seen in a while.
I have an idea to improve NASCAR.
I think we could run Road America like Indy does, because Indy knows how to. Indy threw a wrecked on lap 1, threw a caution, and went back green on lap 3. NASCAR could learn a lot from that.
No, we'd take 10 laps.
I know
minimum.
It's a 4-mile track at Road America, though. NASCAR is going to run a 3 to 4 lap caution. That's 16 miles. It don't work.
Let's do what F1 does. Let's say.
I don't like this.
No, listen.
I'm listening.
It's totally different than even what you're thinking. Let's give them a budget, $40 million a team.
Okay. This is different.
The slower, the less funded teams, I mean, they're stuck with what they got, right?
Yep.
So, let's audit them at the end of the year. Punish them the next year if they over budget it. And then let's say, look, you're still going to buy your parts from us. But you know what? If you can modify them and make your car better, it makes our racing better.
Isn't it just by the amount they earn in winnings, wouldn't that put a spending cap on the teams, really?
Yeah, but you got
You're not going to spend
Rick Hendrick owns like 100 car dealerships.
But if you can only make $100 million running a team, you're not going to spend $600 million to build that team.
Well, Jeff Gordon says that they haven't made a profit in like 5 years over Rick Hendrick. That means the money's coming outside of their sponsors.
I don't believe that. They haven't made a profit outside of what they're getting paid. I don't think Jeff's living in a double wide somewhere on a back road squatting in somebody's house. I don't think Jeff's struggling anywhere. I don't think Rick's having a hard time figuring out which bill to pay this month.
Rick has a multi-billion-dollar business outside of NASCAR.
So I don't care if they weren't making any money, they wouldn't keep doing it.
Are you curious though if JGR is making any money? He has no other revenue outside.
I mean, obviously they're making money. These aren't idiots. I don't think Rick Hendrick. I think we're the idiots for believing that they're not making any money.
Or is it just the IRS tax deductions make it look like they're losing money?
Maybe that's what they're saying because they don't want to pay their fair share of taxes, they're just saying, hey, we ain't making no money. It's all shell games. It's all a money game. That's my prediction. They're lying. They're cheating. They're stealing.
Well, as I said, let's let the mechanics monk around with the parts.
Just let them roll with it.
Let's make it exciting again.
I think we could do it. I think we can.
NASCAR can be exciting again.
All right, Jamie. So we did the hotel reviews last week for Nashville. So this week we're gonna have a throwback to some of our favorite hotel reviews we've ever done on the show. Jamie, you want to get?
Well, I've got a favorite one too. I'm saving it for last.
You don't want to start with that one?
The tiny one?
Yeah, I think we start with the new one. No.
Well, it's not new. I found it a long time ago.
We'll make them wait. This is your segment.
But we've never used it because it was not long enough.
Hey, you pick which one we do first.
We're just going to start as I printed. I copied and pasted.
Your body, your choice. Whatever you want to do first. Go ahead.
Bristol Baby. This is my ultimate favorite.
This is my favorite too. If you've ever listened to this show before, you've heard this.
I think I eliminated all references to the hotel though.
I don't even care. I don't remember what hotel it was.
I think I eliminated.
Was it a Wyndham?
Probably.
I don't know if it was or not. I can't remember.
Either.
I don't feel like
it's near the Bristol track though.
Oh yeah. All right.
So, Kayla G, she wrote it 2 years ago. She said, if I could put 0 stars, I definitely would. Would not recommend to anyone, especially if you have children. I don't understand that part because I thought
I want to take my kids
I want my children to see this hillbilly.
Y'all have to meet this guy.
We stopped here for the night and went in the room and checked it out. First, before we even went in the room, an old man, I assume lived there, asked me for $3 in quarters, which I declined and told him I didn't have any more cash on me. We went in the room and there was a hole in the middle of the floor. The old man popped out of the hole, chortling in his strange hillbilly twang. His hands he kept in his pants. Y'all moon-eyed people, he chortled. I hope he was wearing underwear. He jumped out of the hole and ran out of the open door through to the parking lot. He was carrying a dang ice bucket. We realized he had underwear, but no pants. It had knee-high striped socks with work boots on, screaming for his $3.
He jumped out of a hole in their floor, man. Like, could you imagine checking into a room, walking in, bag in hand, and a dude jumps out from under your bed? The same guy you just saw.
With just underwear, knee-high socks, and boots and a bucket of ice.
So that means
no shirt on.
He dug a hole from outside to inside.
I think there was a flat-out hole under the hotel because it's in the mountains. I bet you it was flat where the parking lot was.
Probably a cavern.
Yeah.
It's definitely on top of some old caverns.
And, you know, he called them moon-eyed people. We Googled this and realized it was a real thing.
Oh, he's a moon-eyed. He called them moon-eyed people.
Yeah,
he's a moon-eyed.
He's a moon-eyed.
That's why he was living in that hole. That's where the moon-eyeds live, in that hole.
My husband started screaming words at the old man that the pastor at our church would have fainted from. So I'm guessing her husband dropped some F-bombs.
He had some wordy dirds.
We decided to check the beds for bed bugs. She called it bed big D's.
Them big D bugs.
And found dead cockroaches on the mattress and sheets. We looked at the pillow, and there was a long black hair right on top of the pillow.
But if Moon Eye jumped out of the hole in that room, do they not think he was probably laying in that bed?
Or his wife or girlfriend?
He was laying in that bed,
whole family might live in there.
Before they walked in.
Himself with his moon.
With his moon eye.
Apparently, they didn't clean the sheets or any netting.
Well, why would he clean the sheets when he got done? He just climbed back in his hole.
I know. I looked at the bottom of the bed, and there was a big dirt spot on the sheet.
That's where he climbs out of the hole at. You got to use your hand to pull
I couldn't get over the hole in the floor.
Me neither.
Yeah, I can't either. And this isn't even the worst of it.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, pretty much. We opened the. Well, she might be from
a dude jumping out of the hole in your hotel room floor. It doesn't get
Here's the great thing. The dude they saw in the parking lot, he asked for $3 in quarters, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean he ran around to the back of the hotel and popped out of the room?
Yes, that's exactly what he did.
Like a Jack in the Box.
Here I'm
$3.
$3.
Ooh. We opened the fridge and there was a cockroach in the fridge that was still barely alive. We looked beside the fridge and my husband thought he seen something go underneath it. So he moved the fridge over a licky bit.
Licky.
See, I think they're from the mountains too.
Yeah.
To look. And sure enough, he did see something go underneath it. When we moved the fridge over just a little, there were hundreds of cockroaches just scattering everywhere. Freaked out.
That freaked her out. The
It
guy
said-
jumping out from under your bed didn't
That's
scare you.
normal.
Oh, that's just Ted.
Sounds like some bad Andy Griffith show, doesn't it?
A bad version of Breaking Bad, maybe.
I said, let's leave. And we grabbed a bag of ours to go out the door. There was a damn cockroach on the damn bag that we had just brought in 5 minutes before.
Better than a moonade.
Then we walked out. The old man came back out and asked for $3 again. Still nothing but boxer shorts, knee-high socks, and work boots. My husband went and got our money back, but the manager asked if we would like a king bed instead. No.
Imagine how many people live under that bed.
Yeah, it might be the hole under the bed. We got our refund, and as we were leaving, the half-naked old man was running in a tight circle. This is my favorite part. Pulling out ice of his ice bucket, flailing ice all over the place, screaming, "Moon-eyed people have returned! Alert! Alert!"
Moona, 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 Moona.
We climbed into our car, and the old man came back to us again, screaming, as if totally insane, as we were leaving, and he asked for quarters. I felt bad for him and dropped 3 $1 bills out the window at the end of the parking lot. Oh, she should have put a comma there. At the end of the parking lot, as my husband came to a stop and looked both ways, the naked hillbilly caught up and threw my $3 back at me and screamed, "Moon-eyed bitch, I said quarters."
I said quarters.
I went from husband to boyfriend. "I'm going to kick his ass." I started laughing hysterically. I said, "Don't. This is the funniest thing that has ever happened to me." Then he started laughing. We left and went to a Days Inn on exit 7. So they're familiar with this place.
Yeah.
Sitting here now, 3 hours and a shower later, and still feel nasty just by being in the motel. It was disgusting. And the people who live there are sketchy as well. We will not be coming back.
She stayed at a luxurious Days Inn.
Which is a Wyndham.
In the hills of Tennessee, and she called it luxurious.
Well, it didn't have a hole in the floor.
Well, I mean, I'm just telling you what kind of woman this is.
Or a naked guy running in circles throwing ice like it's the flower boy at a wedding.
If a guy in underwear and tube socks jumping out of a dirt hole under your bed in your hotel room floor is normal.
But you've been to Bristol. I think it is normal.
Well, I'm just saying she's a native.
She's a native.
She's
They probably got a babysitter.
The meth shack next to their house blew up.
Maybe they live in the meth shack.
Well, that's why they had to go get a hotel down with the Moonides. I mean, I think I'm part Moonite. I've been working on my history lineage, and we might be. I mean, we've been here since the beginning.
Well, you might have had a cousin come early.
Yeah,
with the Moonites.
He could have came over with the Vikings.
Yeah,
back in the 1500s.
Oh no, it was the Welsh because that fort in North Georgia, his base, they say is modeled off a Welsh castle.
Yeah, but he rode with the Vikings.
Oh, okay.
They didn't have boats. That was before the Welsh had.
So they came to Welshland.
Yeah. Well, they
and he said, "Hey,
they Ubered.
Let me send you some money.
That was carpool.
Let me Venmo you some money. Can I ride with you to America?"
Well, if we ride together, we can get in the express lane and get there faster. That's what he said.
I'll help you row your boat.
Yeah, that was George Washington, the first cardinal. Nobody knows about him. He's secret cardinal. We keep him locked up.
Well, and our second favorite was Fontana. Gabby D.
We go from the.
This was season 1. Both of these probably when we had really bad audio.
Probably
not like last week, but really bad audio.
Yeah, worse than last week audio.
Yeah. I shouldn't be pressing no buttons on our mixer.
Yeah, you're not allowed to touch the mixer, Jamie.
So she said, my husband went to a NASCAR race in the spring. We should have read the reviews first.
Yes, you had.
Yes, you really should have. As we learned going to, well, we didn't go to a NASCAR when we went to an IMSA.
Owned by NASCAR. Right?
Yep.
So it was similar.
Technically NASCAR, I guess. It was a France that runs it.
We're really lucky we didn't have anybody jump out of our floorboard.
But they were living just under our window, smoking
true.
crack or meth. We don't know.
Well, in California, they were living outside the window and taking showers and using the bathroom in our room.
Having sex on the sidewalk, broad daylight.
I bet they took a shower while we were sleeping.
Pringles can out of a butt.
All right.
Anyway, sink bath. Don't know what's going at. Sink bath at the Welcome Center when we cross the Arizona California border would have been nicer. Oh, she's saying it's nasty. Got it.
I don't remember. We went to that.
There was a
area.
sink there.
We went to the Welcome Center in Arizona, California.
Going
border.
and coming. Driving to LA and returning to Atlanta.
So what were you doing in that bathroom?
I did not take a bath.
In the sink?
In the sink.
That's the one where Jamie jumps out of the car and goes, I'm seeing faces in the trees. And I'm like, dude, we're in the desert. There's no trees.
And then I looked out there and sure enough, white sand.
I had to drive.
When we checked in, a very unpleasant Asian man and what I assumed to be his angry wife were at the check-in counter. He screamed, "What you want?"
What you want?
I said,
I
"To
wanna
check in."
in.
The Asian lady then screamed, "You have reservation!"
No reservation.
I then showed her my reservation on my phone.
You don't have reservation.
She then spat something she was chewing from her mouth to her hand and said, $100 cash.
And you want $100.
I replied that I had paid full online. She screamed, "Not my problem." Then put whatever she spat in her mouth and her hand back in her. That is really disgusting. I don't remember that the first time, but
it's probably chew tobacco is what I'm thinking.
it's really nasty.
This is probably a 4'3", 102-pound Vietnamese Asian lady, and I'm imagining she chews Levi Garrett.
Probably. I tried to be friendly. My husband and I are retired missionaries and had spent 20 years in India. I spoke to her in Hindi and asked how her day was, and she replied in English, "Shut up, bitch." Shut up, bitch.
Why would you talk to her in Hindi?
Because she knows the language, because they spent 20 years in
But
India.
how you know the Indian lady, the Asian lady from Vietnam?
How do you know she's from Vietnam?
She's North Korean. It said it somewhere, didn't it?
No.
Oh, my bad. I thought she was North Korean. My bad.
The character that comes later, his name is Viet, so I'm guessing he's Vietnamese.
Well, yeah.
But anyway, we'll get to Viet.
Viet. So yeah, they're from Vietnam. I told you.
Well, no. How do you know Viet's related to her?
Because they're all Asian.
That's racist, dude.
No, they own the hotel.
Vietnamese own gas stations, not hotels.
Oh. How you know that in California they might own gas station hotels?
I don't. I really don't.
All right.
All I know is
I'll quit confusing you.
I have family members that shot at Vietnamese, not Indians.
Well, knowing how long my family's been in America,
They should. Well,
could have shot at both.
I mean, my family shot at American Indians, but not Indian Indians.
Indian Indians.
Asian Indians. I don't know what you call them.
I'm messing you all.
I'm sorry. We got here and didn't go to another country. We visited. Okay. I decided to check in and enjoy the rest of the day. We gave them their $100 cash deposit and $10 TV remote rental and received our keys. Upon entering our room, we heard lots of construction next door. I thought at least they are fixing the place up.
That's what you would think.
I'd probably make the same assumption if the sun's up. The room was dated, like the 1970s. The TV was an old tube TV. I quickly noticed there was no towels. I mentioned to my husband, and he said, with all their charges and deposits, he would rather go to Walmart and just buy what we needed. Wow. He did say there's no way we're getting our deposits back.
Oh,
No, there's not.
I would have taken the remote home.
There's not, dude. Well, they probably bought the remote with the $10.
Yeah, I mean, you could buy a new one for $10. So
$5 at Walmart. They're making 100% margin on that thing. You know, it's a
you take the remote,
universal remote.
Yeah, but if you take the remote from the hotel, sell it on eBay for $5,
you're even.
You get half your deposit back.
Well, you charge $10 shipping and make a profit.
True.
I noticed a black stain on his khakis and asked, where did they come from? Well, probably from India when you were missionaries there.
Probably.
He looked and said, wow, It's a shoe print. He doesn't remember getting kicked?
Guess not.
Then he looked at the bottom of his shoes and said, wow, they are full of ink or something. So basically, his feet were black. We've heard that many times.
Oh, his shoes were black from the dirty room.
Yeah.
Okay.
When the sun went down, the construction noise never stopped.
Yeah, that's a problem.
As we were lying in bed watching TV, the cabinet door under the TV opened and a small Chinese man came out. We totally freaked out. Well, yeah, it's better than a hole in the floor, though, isn't it? It's the cabinet.
You got a hole in the wall.
It's the cabinet guy.
There's a hole in the wall that the Chinese man jumped out of.
He said, and she wrote it phonetically, "Hey, Ro, I'm Viet." It's like, hey, buddy.
Hey, Ro, I'm Viet.
Hello, I'm Viet.
Hello. That's like Scooby-Doo. Hey,
My husband said, how did you get in there? He said, me, Viet. My husband said, Viet, how did you get in there? Viet said, through the cabinet. The rat chasing me. Hello. My husband and I got out of the bed and opened the cabinet doors and looked, and we could see the room next door.
Obviously, that's where Viet came from.
Viet said, see, me lived there, but no door only this way. Hello. So I guess there's no door in his room.
So he has to come through their room.
Then he went back in and came back out and said, hey, Ro. Then he closed the cabinet and popped back out and said, hello. He then did it again and again and again. Hey, Ro. I said, knock it off.
No way that's how you react when somebody pops out of a cabinet in your room while you're laying in the bed naked.
They were missionaries in India. It's probably quite normal.
Probably.
My husband looked through the cabinet and asked Viet, is that a car in your room? Viet said, me fix it. Okay. I said, how'd you get it in there? Viet replied, bitches by bitches. Oh. I said, bit by bit, you mean?
Bitches by bitches.
He said, C.
C.
Spanish? WTF? Viet said, me first come in Mexico, then me come to America. Me live in room with no door. Me get discount. By that time, it was 5 a.m. So they talked to him a long time, it sounds like.
Heck yeah, they hung out with Viet all night.
We decided to check out. Probably. That's a good idea. My husband was right. No deposits were returned. 0 stars. Bitches by bitches.
Viet.
I love Viet.
I do too. Viet.
I love Viet. I hope he's still there.
La Viet. Sounds French. But he was Chinese. That spoke Spanish. So you think he came to America via Mexico?
That's what it sounds like.
The open border?
And then he crossed. Well, I've been to San Diego. They have fences there. He might have gone over to Arizona.
I think they took him down there.
Did they?
Yeah, the governor of California said it was just causing too many issues, slowing the bottleneck down. They couldn't get as many in as they wanted.
Was it all the Americans trying to go to Cabo or all the immigrants coming to San Diego?
I think it was Viet's cousins from China trying to slide through San Diego so they could go work at the hotel in Fontana.
It sounds like Viet's pretty smart.
Viet? I mean, he fixed a car in a room without a...
Bitches by bitches came in.
How's he going to get it out? Bitches by bitches?
He keeps popping out of the cabinet going, hey, Ro!
Hey, Ro!
Hello!
Hey, Ro!
Me, Viet! How you doing? He sounds like a very friendly guy.
He does. All right, last one. This one
never made the cut.
should have, though.
Well, it was so small. So Becky White.
She didn't give us her stage name.
1 out of 5. We rented a room to shoot a porn video. Not an amateur, but a real one.
Things I've never said in my life.
If I gave you my stage name, you'd know me. No, probably not.
Her name's Betty White. You've already said it.
White.
Everybody wants to watch a Betty White porn.
Becky White is my guess.
I like Betty.
Is there a porn star called with the last name of White?
No
If
clue.
you Google it, you're going to get
I'm not Googling
a
it.
virus on your phone or computer.
It might give you a virus that you can't get rid of.
Maybe I should have gone to the local library and Googled her. Just white porno star.
We have some friends we could text, like Google porn star Mrs.
They'll
White.
probably Google it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We'll get Lance to do it.
Hey, Lance, will
Or
you do
Josh.
that for us? Or maybe Lance knows who this white person is.
Teasley would. Josh?
Oh, we'll ask him.
Yeah. He's not married.
I got to do a cookout with him at
Is he?
Conyers. I'll ask him Wednesday.
Yeah, he's not
I
married.
don't think so. He
Yeah.
was, I think.
He can look at all the porn he wants. He's not married. So he can tell
So
us if
Becca-
Betty White's a porn star.
Becca says we had 10 crew members in the room.
It's been a big room.
Management. Well, I'm thinking she wants us to know she's a professional porn star, not an amateur.
Oh, so there's 10 people, not 7.
Yeah. Because she goes on to explain some technical things I didn't think of when I was dreaming of being a porn star when I was 9.
You were dreaming of being a porn star at 9 years old? I think I was playing Cowboys and Indians in the front
probably
yard.
13. I don't know. 12.
7.
Whenever you hit puberty.
3.
I was like, wow, that'd be awesome. Get paid. Management knew what we were doing and charged an arm and a leg, according to our producer. So yeah, she's making sure we know she's a pro.
So there's a guy now hobbling around with one leg and one arm
Yeah.
for this low budget porn.
Viet. Hello.
Hello.
Bitches by bitches.
That's the name of the movie.
Bitches by bitches. As I was laying naked on the bed for a lighting test. See, she wants us to make sure to know she's a pro.
We did a lighting test for the show today, and we did not lie naked.
No. But we're not porn stars.
And Jamie's still fully dressed.
Yes. So as she was lying naked on the bed for a lighting test, a couple of rats ran over my stomach and breast. See, if she was an amateur, she would have said my boobs.
Boobies.
Or my tits.
Tatas.
Yeah.
Tatas.
And pooped on me.
Tatis.
They pooped on her.
Pooed.
Now, I did Google.
If she was really a professional, she would have said defecated.
Well, but, you know, if there's a porn star with a PhD out there,
Well, maybe she paid for her PhD.
I'm willing to settle for an MBA. Well, you know what? I'm ready. I'm willing to settle for a master's degree in literature. We would like you on the show, fully clothed, of course.
Oh, I bet
Our spouses would leave us if you were naked.
I guarantee you, there's plenty of porn stars with MBAs.
Bull.
You don't think so?
I can't Google it. I'll get a virus.
I'm willing to bet that there is. Like, yeah, I mean, that's how they pay for school.
No, I thought that was stripping.
Porn probably pays better than stripping.
Or maybe it pays less.
I don't know. I have to ask VF.
What's the scale for a porn star? She's obviously, we'd know her if we knew her name.
Do you think we pay more than porn stars?
Probably
we work for
not.
Yeah, I guess we're not going to be hiring any former porn stars in the workforce.
No.
All right, so the rat pooped on her breast.
Don't you think, though, after thousands of partners that you look like the guy that jumped out with his ice bucket.
Probably.
The moon-eyed dude.
Yeah, I mean, no.
Yeah.
Like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Yeah, it's just, you're going to hit something.
You feel that? If you go side to side, I do. All right.
So anyway, the rats pooped on her.
Yep.
I Googled rats pooping. Do you know that's how they lay their trail?
Poopies.
They poop along baseboards and use their whiskers to touch the baseboards. So they follow this scent while their whiskers are touching the baseboards. She lost her shit. So she went.
So they both.
She went amateur there when she lost her shit.
So her and the rats.
But then she reemphasizes, "I'm a pro."
She's not an exterminator.
But then she goes straight down the 0 star. If I could give 0 stars, I would.
That's what made all 3 of these so great. Is all 3 of these reviews fell into the 0 star trap.
You can't leave a review with 0. You have to give 1.
But all 3 of our greatest reviews of all time did 0 star trap in it.
Well, although she's a professional porn star, she's an amateur reviewer.
True. I wonder if we have any amateur porn stars that are professional reviewers that we've read.
There's probably amateur porn stars with PhDs.
Probably.
Some of them might have it in engineering, mechanical.
Some of them might have it in history.
But you know, I'm still going to stick with thousands of partners. You're looking pretty rough.
All right, well.
That's why strip clubs dim the lights.
Oh, no doubt.
Uh-huh. Because they're looking rough, dude.
Although I haven't ever really been to a whole lot of strip clubs in my life.
I've been to 2.
Went to one in Daytona. And then I went to one in Austria
Huh.
called the Big Apple.
I've used to
We
take
were in Vienna, Austria, and we went to a strip club called the Big Apple. It was like 20.
when I was in academy.
The company we used to work for took us,
Nice.
like the VP of sales. Nice guy.
They weren't nice for long, or we'd still be there.
He ain't work there no more.
Oh well.
He actually works at Daikin now.
Oh.
And he's one of the good ones.
Oh, cool. I had a way. I'm not going to mention any names. Some of them are still alive, maybe related. I don't know.
Did you say away?
Oh, a way to get basically underage people into a strip club in Washington D.C.
Okay.
So we'd get before these. Suburban's been around for 100 years, but we had access to a Chevy station wagon with that seat in the back that flipped back.
Yeah.
My buddy Mike and I won't give him his last name because he's a professional like Beck. We would charge $100, load up the car with 5 people, take them to the strip club.
But you made them stay in the car?
Oh no, we got them in. Did not include cover charge or drinks. But this is how dumb Mike and I were. You know what we did with the $500?
Give it to the strippers?
No, we didn't go in.
No, you didn't go in, but they went in.
Yeah, we went down around the corner to an arcade and played video games till they ran out of money.
Then you went and picked them back up?
Yeah. We all went home without any money.
Well, y'all probably have more fun, though.
Well, we noticed. I think I went to see the Cooters twice at the strip club.
Cooters.
We noticed the plumbing on these women stripping.
Yeah.
Now, their body shapes were different, but the plumbing was all the same. And there was no real reason for us to pay to see because we wanted to do more than just see.
They charge more for that.
I don't know. We never got that far. We decided,
You're better off at the arcade.
Yeah, we decided that, Mario and Luigi was funner than paying to look at cooter shooters. Cooter pooters or whatever you want to call them.
I was talking to Janet and Eric last night trying to figure out a good tagline for Father's Day. Since we had cooter shooters for Mother's Day. My suggestions were Richard's fault. I like that one. Or it started with a dick.
Dicks or pricks.
Dicks or pricks.
Yep.
All right, so July 25th, this coming up weekend at 7
Did you know
p.m.
you wouldn't be a father if you had ribbed?
That's what you said earlier.
Ribbed Trojans?
Yeah. Nashville Super Speedways this weekend, 7 p.m. on NBC and PRN. It is a 1.5-mile oval.
Thank God we're back to an oval.
Last year's top 10, so I'll do it like I did the last couple of weeks. I'm going to give you the top 10 from the last race here and their average finishing spot at this track. For this one, it's a 2-race because we only raced here twice, so it's a 2-race average finish. Chase Elliott won last year, but he has an average finish of 20. Kurt Busch finished second. He don't count. Ryan Blaney finished third. He has an average finish of 20. Larson finished fourth. He has an average finish of 2.5. Ross Chastain, average finish of 3.5. Denny Hamlin finished sixth with an average finish of 13.5. Austin Cindric finished seventh with an average finish of 7. He's only raced there once. Christopher Bell finished eighth with an average finish of 8.5. Joey Logano finished ninth with a 9.5 average finish, and Kevin Harvick has an average finish of 7.5, and he finished 10th there last year. Week before at Sonoma, or 2 weeks ago at Sonoma, I had 54 points. Jamie had 47 points. The way we do it, the lower score wins. So, Jamie, you won last week. That means I picked first this week for Nashville. We'll pick one driver from 1 through 10, one driver 11 through 20, and one driver 21st through 36th. So my first pick for this weekend is going to be Kyle Larson.
Dang it.
My second pick is going to be William Byron. And my pick from 21st to 36th is going to be Denny Hamlin.
So, I don't think after looking at the statistics for Ford winning in NASCAR and then for Ford winning in Super V8s,
I can tell you right,
they got to win another race before I pick a Ford.
Nashville is going to be a Chevy. It's actually going to be a Hendricks or a Gibbs driver, in my opinion, or a 2311.
Oh, you're right. I'm going to go Chase.
Elliott?
Yep. And then I'm going to go for
11th through 20th.
I'm going to go with Ty Gibbs.
Oh, Ty.
It's going to be his first win.
Hmm.
And then I'm going to go with
Yeah, this was a tough one.
There's not too many good ones there. No, I got it. No, he's driving a Ford. Sorry, not picking a Ford.
There's a couple good guys there you could go with. Yeah, him.
Oh, I'm gonna go
Andy Lally.
Tyler Reddick.
Red Dick. I agree, man. That's a good pick. So out of the bottom pick, it was Tyler and Denny. So
I think if Todd Gilliland drove a Chevy or a Toyota, he'd have a win
I agree.
this season.
Well, hey, this episode wasn't nearly as short as we thought it would be.
No, because we can bullshit.
We were expecting a 40-minute episode, but of course it's going to be our typical length. So you're welcome. But that's really all we got for this week, guys. Jamie, you got anything else for closing you want to say?
That's it. We're back to racing next week. Let's hope that this break will allow us to have more competitive racing.
Hey, we got NBCs coming back this week.
2 and 3 wide, maybe.
We got Dale Jr., Steve Letarte. We got the crew is getting back together. Burton, Rick Allen. I think we could do without Jeff Burton. I think that's one too many in the booth, but yeah.
He's got to pay for that Cars acquisition, though.
Yeah, I don't hate Jeff Burton, so it's all good. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who listens to the show, who watches the show. Thank you, everybody, for sharing us on social media, sharing us with your friends, talking about us at work, wherever you share it at. We greatly appreciate it. If you want to spray paint race car spelled backwards on an overpass and send us a picture.
We don't approve, but we'd like to see the picture.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not asking you to do it, but if you choose to do it on your own free will, we would like to see it.
We do not endorse crimes.
No. Or commit them. You can follow us on Twitter. We're at Car Backwards. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and check out all of our videos. Check out our shorts. Make sure you go to Spotify and rate us. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts and leave us a review. You can send us a DM on Twitter, or you can send us an email at racecarbackwardspod@gmail.com. We'll read it and answer your questions on the show. And make sure to check out our merch store and our website at racecarbackwards.com. We have the new stickers on there, the Cooter Shooter stickers. We have the Sonoma is only good with wine stickers. And I'm sure we'll have, actually, I think we really need a Moonite sticker.
Yeah.
I was thinking during this show that we really should invest in a Moonite sticker.
How about you a Moonite?
Well, how about quarters, bitch?
I said quarters.
Quarters, bit by bit. How about that?
Bit by bit.
Quarters, bit by bit. The Moonite. The Moonite Hotel. So, yeah, we'll check out that. We're going to have some new merch up soon. And other than that, y'all have a great week.
We're recording on Juneteenth. Freedom's for everyone.
Freedom's for everybody.
So celebrate your freedom.
Celebrate your freedom.
Everyone.
So, y'all have a great week. We'll catch you next week after the Nashville race. Bye.
Next week. See ya.
You just listened to Race Car spelled backwards. For that, we thank you.